girls, and welcome to the Lean Girl YouTube channel. Today I am bringing you not one, not two, not three, but 5 Lean Girl recipes. Were you even ready? I'm combining 2 of my favorite things of all time. Number 1 being oats, number 2 being dessert, okay? If you know me, you know I have a serious sweet tooth, and my favorite thing is to recreate high-calorie foods, do a meal makeover on them, and bring you Lean Girl versions of your favorite foods. So today I thought, why don't we take all of our favorite desserts and create a breakfast version, which is low-cal, high-protein, and with fab enough macros to basically have it for breakfast. And so we have got 5 Lean Girl dessert oats coming up today. And guys, this is not only a recipe, okay, well, 5 recipes, but this is in fact a challenge, okay? Every single day, I don't know when it is that you're watching this video, you can start tomorrow, you can start today, you can start on Monday, but I want you to, I promise you, this is gonna be the best week of your life. If you can have dessert for breakfast, like the 5 best desserts on the planet, every single day, I want you to come back and tell me that it wasn't the best week. Like, I know it's gonna be. I know that this is gonna improve your life. Like, it is just gonna be so good, okay? So I want you to tell me down in the comments below if you are gonna do 5 days of Lean Girl dessert oats, and then you have to tag me on Instagram, first of all, when you make these delicious oats, and then you have to send me a message or comment on this video, and you have to let me know which was your favorite of the 5 days. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag yet though as to which is my favorite. I will tell you Gilan's favorite because he also had the pleasure of tasting all of them. His favorite is still one of my good olds, which is the carrot cake oats. I am also pretty obsessed with the carrot cake oats, but I don't want to persuade you. So I want you to try all 5 of these babies, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell me which one you think is the best, thebomb.com, and which one you're gonna be having on repeat, and which ones, I mean, you're gonna love them all. So I was gonna say which ones you didn't like, but I don't think you're not gonna like any of them because they are all sensational in their own way. Okay, so let's get straight into the recipes. There are 5 of them, so I'm gonna try and make them super speedy. And don't forget, every single recipe that you ever see on my YouTube channel can be found inside my Lean Girl Kitchen Coach, which is the ultimate South African girls recipe hub and meal planning tool. I have got recipes, I have got takeout guides, I have got quick calorie guides, I have got favorites, I have got every single thing that you need to make your lean body journey that much easier. So if you haven't checked it out, you know what to do, girl. I'm just excited because I'm excited about this video, and I'm excited for you to try all of the dessert oats. So she's singing. Okay, so let's get into the recipes. I cannot wait for you to try them. Tag me on Instagram. Do not forget, I know it's hard when something looks so good, you just cannot even wait. But I know you can do it. And then come on back here, let me know which ones you tried, and let's just make sure everyone is having dessert for breakfast. Okay, let's start with delicious oats recipe number 1. I am starting with some rolled oats. The one that I'm using here is the regular rolled oats, not instant oats for this one because I like the texture of the bigger flakes. Then I'm going in with some almond milk. I'm using 120 ml of almond milk. By the way, it was 50 grams of oats that I used here. And as you'll see in all of my oats recipes, I always add a pinch of salt when cooking. It just brings out the flavor. Then I'm using a ½ teaspoon of baking powder, and then my sweet little sweeteners. I used 3 here. And then going in with some vanilla essence, and then you just want to give it all a good stir. Now for our protein, we are using egg whites in this dish, which is also going to help make our delicious bake. So 2 egg whites going in there, and then the star of the show, which is our light peaches in fruit juice. Make sure it's the ones in fruit juice and not in syrup. And we are using 100 grams of the light peaches in fruit juice here. You could also use fresh peaches if you like. Then I'm grabbing a bowl which is oven proof, and I am pouring in my yummy peachy oats. And I actually used my air fryer to cook this, so you're welcome to do the same. Otherwise you can do it in the oven. And here is our glorious golden baked peach cobbler oats, and I added here some Ultramol Elite Zero custard, and I cannot even begin to tell you how glorious this is. It is so decadent and so delicious. It's gonna make you feel like your day just may not get better from here, because this is gonna be the best part. I was a little bit lazy here and I actually used cake flour, but please use oats flour because then it makes this an oats recipe. I had to laugh when I was editing this that I used cake, but please use oat flour. I used 40 grams of oat flour, and then I did add some vanilla protein powder, 10 grams. My sweetener, of course, which I added 3. A pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then also some cinnamon, which you guys know I can't get enough of. And then what's going to make the texture everything here is a banana. So I used 40 grams of banana here, which you just want to mash up with a fork. And then we are adding some almond milk unsweetened, 100 ml to our oats mixture, as well as 1 egg white. Then you are going to give it a good mix, and lastly throw in that mashed banana. Mix again, and then our bake is basically ready. Another oven-proof bowl here. Put in your mixture, and then I'm going to bake it in the air fryer again. And I baked this for 12 to 15 minutes on 180 degrees. And lastly, before we pop it into the air fryer or oven, you do want to sprinkle on 1 teaspoon of sugar. Guys, this is only around 20 something calories for a teaspoon of sugar. Some cinnamon, which gives it this beautiful crunch on top. And then I am just popping it into my air fryer here, and it is ready in a jiff, and it honestly is going to rock your world. I finished it off with some sugar-free maple syrup from Walden's, and it has the most beautiful crunch on top, almost like a creme brulee, with that sort of burnt sugar flavor on top, and the most wonderful cakey delicious texture in the middle. You could honestly have this as a dessert or for breakfast. We are starting off with a heated saucepan on the stove, and we are adding 120 ml of unsweetened almond milk, and then going in with 50 grams of instant oats. I'm using my instant Scottish porridge oats here, a pinch of salt, and then give it all a good mix. 3 sweeteners, because after all it's carrot cake, and then the ingredient of the day, which is a medium finely grated carrot, and then once again give it a good stir as you go. And then next we are going to be adding 2 egg whites, which is going to help to up the protein in the recipe and keep you fuller for so much longer, and it also adds a beautiful creamy texture. There, the second one is going in, and you'll notice I've actually turned the heat right down because we don't want scrambled eggs, and so make sure once you pop them in, you mix at the same time. Then adding some cinnamon. You could also add a bit of nutmeg. I didn't have any, but also that adds to that beautiful carrot cake flavor. And this is a slight variation on the original because we're actually adding a delicious creamy icing on top, which is just fat-free cottage cheese and sweetener. And when I serve it up now, I actually added that on top, and let me tell you, the combination of the really warm carrot cake oats with the cool delicious icing is just such a wonderful contrast on flavors and just makes this really special. Carrot cake is probably my cake of choice at a restaurant, carrot cake or cheesecake, so this just feels like such an absolute treat. Next up, we've got lemon meringue. Again, on the stove, I have my 50 grams of oats, instant oats once again, and I've then just used some water, which I've added here. And now we are going to turn this into the most delicious protein, creamy custard. So I'm using some custard powder here, vanilla custard powder from Woolies. I used 8 grams, and you want to mix that with your sweetener and just a tad of water to make a slurry. And then adding a little bit more water here because my oats needed a bit more moisture. And then I am going to pour in my custard powder, and you will soon see that this will thicken up really nice and well. You can add some more water depending on how the consistency goes, but you want it to be more on the thick side. And then once your custard has cooked in a bit for about 5 minutes or so, we are going to add our lemon rind as well as some actual lemon juice, which I have squeezed. Now, note on the protein powder that I'm adding here, it is the Metalab one, and this does tend to make the oats a little bit more liquid, so you should be careful on the protein powder that you use. Some of them make your oats more stiff and some of them become more runny, so rather have it more on the stiff side if you are adding Metalab protein powder. Then to make our wonderful meringue topping, I have got some egg whites here, 2 egg whites, which I have beaten up with this hand beater of mine, and then added 2 sweeteners once they were already in the sort of stiff peak stage. Then pop your delicious creamy lemon meringue mixture into an oven-proof bowl, and lastly add on your meringue topping, which we are going to bake away so that we get this beautiful crunchy meringue on top. I popped this in my air fryer as well. Mine is nice and big so it can fit all of these bowls. Otherwise you can also do it in the oven, and you can just keep an eye on it. I baked it for about 7 minutes on 200 degrees until the top was really nice and stiff. And there you have your beautiful lemon meringue dessert oats. Dessert is never complete without chocolate. So here we go, 40 grams of instant oats, a pinch of salt, then we want a delicious deep chocolate flavor, so we are going in with 20 grams of cocoa powder, and then we are going to be adding some sweetener. 3 sweeteners is what I do for most of my oats recipes. Then we're adding some baking powder to make sure this rises beautifully, and then going in with some Metalab protein powder, just 10 grams. You could use vanilla or chocolate, totally up to you, or whatever protein powder you also prefer. Give that all a good mix, and then we are going to start with our wet ingredients. This is 100 ml of unsweetened almond milk, and you want to then give it a good whisk so everything starts to combine nicely. Once that's done, we are going to add in 2 egg whites, which is going to help with the beautiful texture of this baked oats. 2 egg whites. Again, I never use the yolks for baking. It just adds unnecessary fat, and we really just want the protein from the white. You are then going to grab a oven-proof bowl once again, and you're going to spray it with non-stick spray, and then pour in your glorious chocolatey batter. Then, to make sure this has a beautiful lava center, we're using the grenade spread. This is the most insane flavor. It is chocolate salted caramel, and I am using 10 grams, 12 grams actually, that I popped in the middle, and then I baked this on 180 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, and it is pure chocolate heaven. And that is it for the Lean Girl Dessert 5-day Lean Girl Dessert Oats series. I hope that you are going to try them all. Don't forget to tag me on the gram, and I will see you back here. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you better damn well do it, because I have lots of amazing content coming up for you. I've got some incredible local gym wear hauls coming up of my favorite gym wear. I know I get so many questions on that, so that's coming up. Guys, my wedding is literally a few weeks away, so I have lots of wedding prep information that I know you're all waiting and dying to hear about, so that is coming up. I have lots more banger recipes. I have a full gym day coming up too, which is going to form part 4 of the Lean Girl Muscle Building series, so lots of good stuff. So if you haven't yet subscribed, hit your girl up with the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to show some love on the channel as well. If you do, one special girl wins free access to the Lean Girl Kitchen Coach for life. So there's your incentive. You go and do it, girl, and go make your oats, girl. And I'll see you in the next video.